So they place them all in a prison of earthbenders where... Oh, God. Wait the fuck! This is the prison for earthbenders! I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I know it gets really annoying every single time I say in the show because it's an adaptation. Adaptation, you gotta make changes. I understand that, I really understand that, but it's gotta be changes that make sense, guys! So, in the show, the prison is on a metal ship where no earthbending is possible, and thus it breaks their spirit because they can't get away. They are powerless to stop them. Here, they're fucking surrounded by that stuff! Aang makes a big speech about rising up and fighting back, where in the show it's justified, and Katara, but still justified because there's a big risk. They have something to lose. Here, it's like saying walk through a revolving door. There's nothing to be lost. It's like having an ice cream bender at Baskin Robbins and saying, how the hell am I gonna— You're an ice cream bender! Use your fucking mind!
It's time for you to stop doing this!
Sure enough, they do start fighting back, and it's about time. I want to see some badass earthbending effects brought to life by some state-of-the-art effects. Is that really the extent of your imagination, Shyamalan? Is that really the wide range of possibilities that you could pull off with this scenario? Earthbending. Earthbending. Taking the elements of Earth, the fucking planet, and bending it to your will. And this is the poor fuck-ass piece of shit you could come up with. Okay. Let me give you a crash course, or a reminder, as someone who has clearly seen the show, what just one earthbender can do. One. That was all one earthbender in every single one of those scenes. Now, let's see what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of your shitty ass earthbenders from your piece of fuck film could accomplish.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout.
Don't worry, guys, I'll get him. Take that.
Now, just as a friendly reminder, this is what 5 guys could do in that other show you claim to be such a big fan of. What did your pussies do again? Your version? There! Your version? There! Your version there! Your version there! Your version there! What's the matter with you? Have you no passion for possibility? Have you no understanding this barrel of Miyazaki that you could unleash with this creativity? I mean, what is your major malfunction, you sucker of talent and good? What is going on in your head? Please, contact me. Let me know. Let me know what the flying fuck has caused you to become so uninspired when this stuff has practically gift-wrapped it for you and just said, make me incredible. Make me incredible. Please, get in contact with me. Get in
Critic, you have to bring balance back faster.
What? Why? Turn on the TV.
And now a message from Shyamalan.
Greetings, I am Shyamalan. I know many of you were disappointed by my theatrical addition to the Avatar franchise. Well, I'm here to tell you that my power to destroy great art has grown even stronger. For you see, I have discovered how to take any performer's acting ability away.
He's bluffing. No director is that bad or powerful.
And for those who don't think I'm that bad or powerful, just look at what I did to Mark Wahlberg in The Happening.
What? No.
Toxin? Talking to a plastic plant.
Ah!
But that's a critically acclaimed actor!
He's mastered the art of talent bending.
I plan to use this power to destroy the Avatar franchise once and for all. How, you may ask? I plan on doing a Legend of Korra movie.
But that's a fresh start, a chance to get a new audience!
Rest assured, the franchise will be destroyed forever once the Legend of Korra has been Shyamalanized. And for a certain avid jerk who might be listening, I have only this to say. Stand down. No critic has ever been able to stop me before. If you do not, I will suck out what little talent you had to begin with. That is all.
Well, Critic, it seems that all hope of the franchise rests with you. Critic?
My cabbages! Are you sure we have the right guy?
After discovering the Abbott Jerk, a new plan is revealed that Shyamalan will unleash his greatest evil yet to the Avatar franchise. Will Nostalgia Critic and team be able to bring balance in time? And more importantly, will this review keep focused as to which series it wishes to satirize?
So they're given some bending scrolls by Master Mickey Mouse, but Aang explains that he can't bend all 4 elements.
We should go visit some of these towns on.
I need to tell you something. I ran away before they trained me.
Lay off the close-ups, guy! He looks like he's transforming into Paul Giamatti! Christ, you can practically see their breath on the lens, they're so close!
Water comes after air in the cycle. Air, water, earth, fire.
They decide now to finally go to the North Pole to have the Great Masters teach him waterbending. Meanwhile, Commander Chow, I guess, is talking to this other guy who puckers his lips so much I swear he's waiting to be kissed by him.
Our spies have discovered someone claiming to be the Avatar. They describe him as just a boy. We should set a trap for this person.
Let's hope, for your sake, my son doesn't find this person first.
Wait a minute. That's the Fire Lord? That's the great badass villain in all this? That's the Show, do your thing! The Fire Lord was built up big time, always kept in shadow until the final season. He was like the Dr. Claw of this show. And when he finally was revealed, he wasn't a monster or anything, but he was still intimidating. Even the picture Zuko stares at in the film looks like the original Fire Lord. But this is the most common, non-threatening person you could put in this role. It's like they grabbed a guy at the grocery store and dressed him up as Biggest Dickus.
Hell fever!
Hell, Biggest Dickus is more intimidating than him. He at least is played by an actor I know is dead, which kind of has the ghost value. It's more intimidating than this! So Aang goes on his own to the Northern Air Temple to see if he can find any monks. He finds a villager who shows him a room filled with all his past lies. And in my opinion, the majority of the problems with this movie can be summed up right here. See if you can spot why.
How did the Airbenders know you were the Avatar, little one?
They gave me a test, put 1,000 toys in front of me, and asked me to choose 4. I said I chose the same 4 objects that belonged to the previous Avatars.
Don't see it? Allow me to explain. You have a great setup for an emotional moment. Aang is seeing all his past lives. The power and weight of who he is should hit him at this very point. But instead, what do? Try to explain more exposition.
There's a ceremony when everyone bows to me. That's when I accept my role as the Avatar. But when everyone bowed, I didn't bow back.
And that is the problem. Whether you're aware of the show or you're not aware of the show, the movie is all explanation with no humanity. Why do you think they waited 20 minutes of the film to ask him his name? Because that's not what was most important to Shyamalan. The identity, who gives a shit? It can't be nearly as important as explaining.
As you know, I conducted a raid on the Great Library, which most said didn't even exist.
And explaining.
There are really powerful benders in the Northern Water Tribe. My dad told me about it before he left.
And explaining.
It has been confirmed that he's traveling north. It is my strong belief that he is traveling to the Northern Water Tribe.
And explaining.
If we keep them to the courtyard in the marketplace till night falls,
I don't fucking care! And you know why? Because I never once heard anyone in this movie say, I feel this, or I like this, or I wonder this. There are no emotions being addressed. Traditional storytelling is setting up a character, sending them on their journey, and learning more about them through their journey. Last Airbender is just chess piece storytelling. Character goes here, character goes there, character says this, pawn to king 4. So in this scene that should have been the emotional pinnacle of our main star, it's just more explaining about what happened rather than why it happened. So you pardon me if rather than be concerned when the villager betrays him to the Fire Nation, I ask that you remind me what you revealed about him that's worth giving any investment whatsoever. This isn't me being angry that it's different from the show. This is me being angry that it's missing the most essential element of telling any story. If the character can never express any emotion, why should the audience ever express any emotion? But yes, while we're on the subject, that does make this possibly one of the worst adaptations of all time. A show that created such memorable characters, characters you almost believe were real, you wanted to be real, you wish they were real. Being portrayed as the most stock, boring, empty vessels of just explaining more plot is about as insulting to an adaptation as you can get. By God, it's one of the few times I'm glad the characters I love so much aren't real. Could you imagine them actually seeing how they would be represented in movie form? I fucking cringe.
I saw how long the drag skids are. That shows you how fast they're going.
This is pathetic! My jokes are way funnier than this!
The scroll we had was proving to be helpful. Aang was practicing.
Well, that's just silly. I don't sound like that.
I left a few days ago.
You're lying! I don't do that! That's not what I'm like!
Who are you? What's your name?
They make me look totally stiff and humorless.
I ran away from home. We got in a storm. I was just upset. Thanks for saving me.
Lucky.
I probably should get home.
You're not so upset?
Not as much as I was.
Horrible. I'll say. No kidding. You said it.
But the effects were decent.
Thus we continue with our Season 1 Wikipedia recap as a character called the Blue Spirit breaks him free and they fight their way out. I smell a Shyamalan long overused tracking shot coming up. Okay, guy, tracking shots are fine, but when you use them for every other fight scene, it not only gets old, but it slows the action down. It's obvious the actors have to wait for the camera to get into place, thus taking a fight sequence that could be really quick and impressive and instead have half of it be them just standing around doing nothing. That's why we have editing, you dumbass jerk! If part of the shot didn't work or was hard to see, you edit it out. But here, screw it. I just want to show off that I could do this in one shot. Okay, great. You can do it. It looks cluttered, slow, and incredibly awkward, but fuck, you could do it. Give that man a tediously obnoxious directing award. I think it's the same one that went to this person just a few years earlier.